New Madrid County, so we're going to stay with this for about another 5 minutes or so. And again, we're going to do what we did before. We will stay with this on the CW, Facebook, and our weather app. But as long as we have a tornado on the ground, we're going to stay with this through all of our platforms that we have to keep everybody safe. And it looks like the latest velocity data there, Brian, just it's a little weaker. So I like the way this is trending. So it looks like what we're thinking is that this rotation is behind the front, and that it is going to rapidly, at least the lowest levels, begin to deteriorate as it moves into that colder air.
Yeah, as of right now, a tornado warning in effect until 5:30 for extreme eastern Dunklin County and western and northern Pemiscot County. So Wardell, be in your safe spot right now. There is a confirmed tornado heading in your direction. Wardell, it's going to be in your neck of the woods at 4:55. Wardell, you have 5 minutes. Chances are less than that to get to your safe spot. If it has been walls between you and the outside, it's possible, preferably a basement, a storm cellar. If you have no access to those, put yourself in the centermost part of your home, in a central closet, a bathroom, a hallway. Basically, try not to take cover anywhere where there are windows. Right now, we're tracking that tiny little area of rotation. You can see that heading straight toward Wardell, and it's going to be on your location at 4:55, and it'll be in Wardell at 4:55, so you have less than 5 minutes to be in your safe spot. A tornado warning in effect until 5:30. Portisville, you are now in the tornado warning as well. You have, let's see, 5:08. This thunderstorm with the tornado possible will be in your neighborhood at 5:08. Marston, it does look like this thunderstorm, if it continues on your track, will be on the south side of town at 5:21. So you guys are all in that tornado warning, and it does continue until 5:30. And again, law enforcement just about 10 minutes ago confirmed a tornado in Kennett, Missouri, just west of Highway 412, and it was moving eastward. And this thing is moving fast. This thing is moving fast. So again, Wardell at 4:55, this tornado will be in your location. Now, what Grant was saying, and there's a cold front moving straight through the heartland, and it could kind of undercut this. It could cut off the flow. So we're hoping that this happens before it continues to go any farther, but we're still seeing that signs of rotation right there near Wardell, continuing to move off to the northeast at 35 miles an hour. Do we have any more reports from the National Weather Service at this time? Yeah, Grant, what's going on?
So far from the Weather Service, we do not, but analyzing the storm, this storm, we did see that it has picked something up. So we were picking up a little bit of debris as this storm continues to move off. We're still seeing signs of the possibility of some debris right now that is just to the north of 412, and it matches up pretty well with where the rotation is. You can see we've got a couple of areas of rotation. This one right here more than likely is not on the ground. It's this one right here that I'm a little concerned with, because that's kind of right where we are seeing that possibility of a tornado. And again, we're going to stay with this for just a few more minutes. I know as we pan on out, most of the heartland is not being impacted by severe weather. I know that there's a very important game on right now, but believe me, we want to keep everybody in the heartland safe. And I want you to think that if this was your community where you lived and there was a tornado on the ground and it was headed towards your house, what would you want to see? We're trying to keep everybody safe. I know the majority of the heartland is safe from severe weather. It's becoming more of a wintry weather event. But with that said, we're going to stay with this for at least one more velocity scan before we throw things back to the game and do what we were doing earlier by streaming on other platforms. And again, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Our radar showed debris in the air, so we know that it hit something. We don't know what it hit, but we have had indication that a tornado was on the ground based on radar. And as we take a look at the velocity imagery, it is it's looking a little more like that couplet, Brian, is getting closer to being behind the front. And again, no new information from the Weather Service, but you can see it's right around Highway 412. If anybody has any reports about that, please head over to our Facebook page. Let us know. I would love to know if we're seeing a tornado still on the ground. You can see new tornado warnings being issued right now It's probably an extension
Yes.
of the one that we have. Is this,
an
what's the
extension.
latest information on this tornado?
Let's see, continues until 5:30. We can actually, I think we can faintly make out that front, so that is some good news with that velocity. But
Yes.
right now, no new information. We've had no spotter reports, but law enforcement did confirm that tornado at 4:44 in Kennett, Missouri, and it continues to move off to the east at 35 miles an hour. So this is, we tracked some very strong rotation through central part of Dunklin County. Now it's beginning to move into north central Pemiscot County on its eastward and northeastward track. So please, those in Wardell, those in Portageville, you need to be underground right now or in your safe spot. Now, let's see, North Wardell, Hayward, Bragg City, Homestown, Bakerville. If you hear your town being called, you need to be in your safe spot. Peach Orchard, Stanley, Pascola, Swift, Stewart, you need to be underground or in your safe spot right now. We did see a report, a confirmed tornado by law enforcement at about 10 minutes ago in Kennett, and this storm is now moving south of Wardell, and it's continuing on this northeastward jog at 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, I want to point something out real quick. That rotation has weakened on radar. It is definitely now behind the cold front. So what we're going to do is, like we started earlier, we're going to stay with this on the CW. We're also on Facebook right now, and we are on our weather app. We're going to stick with the severe weather threat throughout the event. But for the folks watching on KFVS, with the overall life-threatening tornado event appearing to be a little bit less now, we're going to throw things back to the basketball game right now. If we see another tornado touchdown, of course, we will be breaking back in to keep all platforms in the know about what's happening with the severe weather. So, Derek, just yell at me in my ear when we're back to basketball, and we'll continue to go on the CW.